The sky was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
chat. And for those of you who watch this after the stream in a VOD, we are back for some more Rocket League action. Good to see a few people stream into the chat already. Skyline, how you doing? Luis, how you doing? We are going to have one match tonight before SGL Thursday, of course, because inevitably there will be matches scheduled on Thursday, even if, we don't have any officially scheduled at this time. Maybe not. We'll see about that in a bit. But for now, we have this one lined up for you between the Rebellion of New England Revolution and East Eternal of Seattle Sounders. And this is some more SGL Premier League action. Now, I am not alone in the commentary booth, chat. With me is one of the people I shouted out in chat already. Luis, welcome on in. How you doing?
Yo, what's up, man? Doing really good. Really excited to be here. And, yeah.
Can't wait for this matchup, but we do have only 3 minutes to go until this kicks off. Just to give you guys an idea where these teams lie in the table, let's take a quick look at the standings, Luis, and chat. So as you can see, this is a fight between the bottom two. With that said, I feel like the distance between them and the rest is kind of misleading, because recently they've been getting better and better, and they've gotten some big results. The Rebellion most recently beat the Locals. Not only beat them, but swept them. And East Eternal, they've had a couple of tough matchups against El Matador, Luis, but they made a good showing of themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, actually talking to Spanky today, actually, while I was streaming. And, yeah, no, just kind of talking about how their performances have been a lot better than their results. So, yeah, even though they're down there with 6 points, and the Rebellion are coming off of a win, I believe, in their last league game, yeah, I think it's going to be a close series.
And we could see that when we take a look at the team stats right here. I mean, sure, the records may paint a bit of disparity, and that goals for might be a bit misleading as well, because Rebellion started off like, on fire. They just weren't able to get the results. But this Eternal side is gonna cause some problems for this Rebellion team, I feel, especially when you consider that despite their goal scoring struggles at the start of the season, recently they're getting way better mechanically. They're getting more goals in as well, getting more shots in too. I think, in my personal opinion, for EC Eternal, I feel like they might surprise us tonight. I know, they tend to struggle and playing in East servers, but I think this time we might see something different from them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking back off of those series against EM. I mean, they looked a lot better than the final results. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to play at that level because the Rebellion coming off of a win against the Locals in the last league game. So, the Rebellion, I mean, they're a team that beat Timber's Army and then just kind of couldn't buy a win. But they won their last league game against, again, a Locals team who I think has gotten a little bit better as the season has gone on. And, of course, I do have the Rebellion power ranked 5th. So I think it's the first time I had them power ranked out of the top or out of the bottom 2. So for the Rebellion, looking to see if they can continue in the upward trajectory.
Absolutely, and you know what? Let's take a deep dive into the Rebellion team itself. They only have a roster of 4. And within this roster of 4, they mainly play 3 players: Polar, Shorts, and Triple C. And it's Polar and Shorts who are the mainstays. I mean, they played every single game they've been involved in. And those two are the heavy hitters for this team. We see a lot of shots from them. We see a lot of saves from them. And Shorts in particular loves to get the demos. He loves to advance up, get the demo after the first touch. And then you see Triple C trying to get involved and clean up and get the goals at the very end. And that's what's gotten them a lot of their goals recently, especially against the Locals. They play with such a good synergy. You have Polar creating and building up attacks. You have Shorts trying to get that tough shot or that final pass and then going for a demo. And then you have Triple C coming in and cleaning it up with some nice, precise, powerful finishing. I mean, look at his shooting percentage, Luis. That's close to 50%. That's what you want to see from your third man coming in and finishing off your chances, right?
Yeah, I mean, Corey Triple C, he's averaging more than a goal per game, which is really good. I mean, that's a player who is really performing as a good third man or for that duo there. And So yeah, shout out Triple C. I think he's one of the top 5 or thereabouts in terms of goals per game. So yeah, good sign for the Rebellion that
And they will,
someone like Corey who doesn't play much, he's still fine in the back of the net. So
absolutely. And they will need that against this EC Eternal side, who, despite their struggle scoring goals, are very, very good defensively. And they keep getting those saves. You can see right there, it's just these 3. But these 3 have gotten a lot of saves throughout the games that they have played. And their only big struggle is the goals. Like, once they get their finishing going, once they get that synergy in, I feel like they could be a very, very tough team. Because they're already difficult to score against.
oh yeah, I mean I 100% agree, and I think these 3 have been playing really good of late. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Christmas, of course, Christmas probably the carry of the team. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can put on a masterclass today. Because I think they're going to need a big Christmas series, Maz, to win this series.
Big time, big time. And I'd also like to see them have, some more clearly defined roles so they don't necessarily step on each other's toes, because I think that's been one of the issues with EC Eternal. They're kind of similar in their profiles, I think Bisbo is the guy who tends to fit in wherever he can. But then you have Christmas and Spanky who like to get involved on the ball, who want to, show off their mechanical skills. Spanky, who in the past couple of seasons has been incredible defensively and trying to lay the foundation to build up the attacks. He's kind of in a similar role to Christmas now. They both like to do that. So I think if one of them can just tailor themselves to a different role, I feel like these guys can get way, way better as a team. And sometimes that's what you need, Luis. You need that synergy and teamwork to go to the next level, just as you see with ECRC and just as you see with the Rebellion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good to see Toadeth and Chad as well, saying that EC Eternal, but they get their second W of this season. And yeah, I mean both teams are in the lobby, man. So I think we're ready to go.
Absolutely. And you know what, Luis? Once we get that set up, once we get the teams in, what's your prediction for this upcoming match?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rebellion in 5, just because they do have home servers, and I power rank them 5th, and so I want to see them live up to that 5th potential.
I think this might be way closer as the clock ticks down to kickoff in Manfield. Here we go, Rebellion Eternal in Week 10 SGL Premier League action.
Yeah, and again, for the Rebellion, they do have Triple C Corey, so no pipe shot going yet, Maz. And again, we spoke about how good Corey's been this season, so yeah, best 3 for both lineups.
And I cannot wait to see how the Rebellion deal with this attack, because right now EC Eternal had a good shot opportunity there, but just couldn't get the double at the end, and now they're stuck in that corner. Can the Rebellion get out of it? They kind of are. Polar just didn't have the boost to follow this up. Nice out pass towards Polar. 0 boost. Trying to cherry pick it. Got too much ball there. And it allowed the Rebellion to clear this out of the way.
Yeah, big save from Bisbo there, by the way. Awkward spot. And he did really well. As we see, Bisbo off the crossbar. Can't finish.
No.
And there's nobody there, Maz. That really should have been the goal for EC Eternal.
I'd have thought someone would be rushing towards the ball at the instant, and that's why you sometimes need your third to be higher up. Just take that chance because you can get into those opportunities to get that goal. EC Eternal once again trying to be a bit more conservative, which is fine for a game 1. We'll see if they can build off of that. Speaking of building off, Christmas doing it on his own. Just couldn't get the final secure touch to finish off that opportunity.
Yeah, and Polar is just staying in the orange half. He's just not leaving, stealing some boost, causing some mayhem, and yeah. But so far, Maz, I have to say I do like how the away team is playing. I think the orange team, EC Eternal, have really shown themselves to be up for this game here. 90 seconds in,
and just mainly Christmas was trying to make it work on his own. Could not get the flip reset. Gets the 50 at the end. The Rebellion deal with that yet again. We'll see if they have something else in their locker, but right now EC Eternal are leading on Christmas to create their chances, and so far it's working off for them. Oh my goodness, Luis. I did not think that was going to go in, but Shorts takes his chance, and sometimes that's all you need to do to get the first goal. 1-0 to the Rebellion.
Yeah, Bisbo pre-jumps on the goal line with full boost and just can't get the touch that he needed and puts it in the back of his own net. So, a bit against the run of play, it must be said, Baz, but the Rebellion, I mean, you just can't give goals up like that, and, if you're EC Eternal here, you got to respond.
And so far, the Rebellion have looked pretty comfortable, even if they don't have too much boots. Nice pass out to Polar from Shorts. Polar just couldn't get a close touch right there. Bismo not trying to take control, bails out. Shorts taking over. Shorts tapping it towards the middle. Polar lofting it up. Shorts and Triple C coming in the way, saying that's my shot. And now Shorts needs to go back and make sure this doesn't go in. Christmas keeps a bit of control. We'll see if he can create something out of this, Luis. But so far, Triple C just becoming a bit impatient and wanted to get that early shot out.
Yeah, a lot of double commits from the Rebellion so far, and on that counter, I think Christmas really had a chance there. A player of his caliber probably wanted to do a little bit better there, but the Rebellion do survive, and they're looking for their second goal. A whiff from Bisbo! Can Polar get there? He can't. Lovely defensive play from Eternal to survive there, but the Rebellion are starting to come online here, and that's not a good sign if you're a Seattle fan.
But it's these long clearances that are allowing EC Eternal to get out and build up something of an attack, except those whiffs don't help. Nice challenge there by Shorts, going for the bump. Cannot get the bump. Polar now out of the game. Triple C needing to intervene in the midfield to keep up that pressure. Well done to Triple C, getting up and beating 2 with his challenge right there. And that's what helps the Rebellion, is those little things from Triple C when he comes up as the third man and keeps the pressure going. And I think that's their secret sauce right now. Can they keep that up? Can they keep this intensity going to pin this EC Eternal team back?
Yeah, a minute to go here. Hasn't been much offensive play from either team, but this could be a chance. Christmas going to go for a bump on Shorts. Doesn't get it. Spanky misses. Really could have been a chance, but a lovely pass in the final third from Bisbo, and Christmas just can't.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but this could be a chance, Maz. Is it an open net? And Polar saves it somehow with no boost.
And Polar looked like he was riding off the side wall at the low part of the goal, and he still somehow keeps enough control to save that. Incredible. The clock is ticking down to the final 30 seconds for a game that hasn't had too many close calls. Both sides are now starting to ramp it up. Both sides are now starting to make sure that they can get that goal, whether it's the second for the Rebellion or the first for Eternal. Polar, 0 boost. Whip from Christmas. Bismo chooses to take his time. I don't think that's the best moment, but he does very well. Brings it up with 0 boost. He's just trying to get one more touch out of that. Oh, a big whip.
No.
Spanky not able to make it, and Luis, game 1 might be going to the Rebellion. Unless...
Man, Spanky had such a good chance there to score. The ball bounced out mid perfectly. Bisbo on no boost. Half flips into that pass, and EC Eternal gonna be, definitely shaking their own heads here, because, I mean, they really had plenty of chances, Maz, to not only tie the game, but win it.
I'm not going to lie, Luis. I'm going to be real honest. I think EC Eternal were a bit too tentative there. I feel like they could have come out and been a bit braver against this Rebellion team, because this Rebellion team was there to be pinned back. There were so many moments where they didn't have much boost, but they just felt comfortable enough to go up and challenge. If they were able to, stay high up and get some of those challenges, then they might have been able to do more. Now, EC Eternal does have 5 shots. Rebellion only 1, but sometimes that's all you need, right? Just 1 shot to make it count.
Yeah, I mean, the Rebellion's only goal was a tentative shot at that. I mean, it wasn't really a shot in any proper meaning of the word, and so, I mean, the stats favor EC Eternal. I think EC Eternal were favored in the game as well, and so, this is Rocket League. Sometimes those bounces just don't go your way, and if you're EC Eternal, keep your head up high. You guys were the better team in game number 1, and just try to wipe that from your memory, Maz, and just go next.
Absolutely, you got to move on now to game 2 for a bit of tempo. Rebellion up 1-0 in this match, but EC Eternal can very easily come back. Let's see if they can make something out of this initial attempt.
Shot from Corey, little high. Christmas clears. Polar starting to get activated here. We know what Polar can bring. I mean, he single-handedly beat Timber's army earlier in the season, so If you're EC Eternal, you do want to watch out for that. But Spanky passes it to Bisbo Maz. Bisbo no boost, though, unfortunate. But I do like those passes, Maz, up to a teammate in the final third.
Yeah, they've been doing that quite a bit, which I like to see. But the difference between them and the Rebellion is the Rebellion are pushing up, and they're winning those challenges in the Eternal. And look at that, Triple C yet again being an absolute menace. Bowler with a power shot, Bisbo with 0 boosts, unable to make it. Rebellion lead in Game 2, 1-0.
Yeah, we spoke about Polar just like 10 seconds before that goal went in, Maz. I mean, he is the catalyst for this team, and you know, if he's online, the Rebellion can really compete with anybody as he goes for an attempted shot.
Well,
not even close here. And yeah, could be dangerous for the Rebellion, but Shorts does really well.
one thing I'm curious about, Luis, as we see this attack build up from Eternal, the Rebellion, once again, have been going with their limitless skins all across their team, and they've been keeping it that way for a while. What do you think could be the motivation behind that?
Yeah, these guys, they love their team uniforms, so I respect that. We used to do that on the EM with the TSM decals, but I don't think, I think after we moved on from me, Caesar, and Coob, I don't think our other teammates don't have those. But listen, I love the team cohesion on the uniforms, Maz. I wish we could have more of that.
Yeah, you know what? I love it, and they're also showing it in their gameplay as well. Meanwhile, Christmas Solo, flip reset, but the intervention once again from Triple C coming in clutch. We talked about Polar a whole lot, but I gotta shout out Triple C as well. The dude has been at it with these interventions, with these dives in for his quick challenges, causing a problem to Christmas as well. Polar couldn't get a good shot out there, but seriously, this Rebellion team is playing way more like a team, way better than ever, and they showed it against the locals, and now they're showing it against Eternal.
Yeah, I want to highlight Christmas, man. Christmas mechs are online this game. I mean, he's had some really good touches on aerials, and this could be it for Bisbo. Puts it crossbar. Can Christmas get there? He can, but he puts it off the crossbar. Really good chance for EC Eternal. They're just not being clinical enough to put away these really good chances.
And Luis, they are at least starting to create them more consistently, so we might see a goal come, because this Eternal side is now starting to ramp it up. More touches as well for Spanky, unlike Game 1. I mean, he had 7 fewer touches than Triple C in that Game 1. In this Game 2, he already has, I'm sure, more than that, getting way more involved in the attacks. For Eternal, when he gets involved, this team really does get going. And they can't just rely on Christmas as well. They need Bisbo and Spanky to also get some involvement going. And the team down on both ends. No one able to capitalize on this. Christmas needs to keep his composure, and he does. Gets away with that, but it's not over yet. A second chance, maybe? Shorts in the midfield. Shot. That's going to be bouncing off the post. A crossbar, sorry. And Shorts gets the second touch. 2-0 after a crazy frenzy in front of that EC Eternal net.
Yeah, just cars going everywhere. The ball was going everywhere, and Shorts on the receiving end of all of that. And they do have a 2-goal cushion now, Maz. It's looking pretty difficult for EC Eternal, just given how unclinical they've been, but still plenty of time to go. And doing a highlight pipe shot Gogan in chat, saying they do have a friend who is on Limitless, so very cool to hear that. So that might answer the Limitless question.
There you go. Hey, I love the shout out. I mean, Limitless are a cool org, and they did make an impression in Worlds last year as well, off the top of my head. So, you know what? I dig it. I absolutely dig it. Because I was thinking, why would you move on from the Shopify Rebellion skits? It makes sense, right? Rebellion, duh. But you know what? It's fine. That makes more sense. Toe Death in chat showing his support for Eternal. Honestly, they need as much support as they can right now, because these guys are being second bested. Beautiful pass and shot. Polar finishing it off. The Rebellion team play is coming to the fore in this game too, and with less than a minute to go, they are 3 up.
Yeah, and it's just a bit of a double commit on the goal line there. It's hard to not double commit with this shot going right at your net, and Polar in the right spot at the right time. It's 3-0, and if you're EC Eternal, you know, I don't know where you go from here. You know, you had such a good start to the game, and they find themselves in a 3-0 hole here, and it could get worse, and it almost was. Spanky hits it downfield, but Maz are just kind of giving the ball away a little bit. It feels like maybe more team passing or just some more 50s might do EC Eternal well.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what might help them. I think they've really been struggling with their passes and getting on the end of them as well. Might help if they could just settle and start dribbling it out and focusing on the 50s and then trying to get onto the loose ball. Like right here, see? A good challenge, but no one's there to follow it up. I think they might want to start doing that instead and just say, you know what, we're already 3 down. I mean, we have no more time. Let's just go for it. Let's stick closer to the ball and see if we can get a good 50 to make something out of.
Yeah, and as the time ticks down here, it's going to be 2-0 to the Rebellion, excuse me, as Triple C. Corey gets a goal to his name, and of course we spoke about Corey before the series started. I mean, this guy's been a goal-scoring machine, and so that'll look good for the stats there. But this game's been done and dusted, Maz, for the past 30 seconds, and we're just kind of waiting here for game number 3, and of course EC Eternal are going to need a reverse sweep here to win the series.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's now or never for the Eternal, because this Rebellion team has taken advantage of that game 1 where they were basically able to get a win because EC Eternal just wasn't aggressive enough, and now EC Eternal are getting punished for it. The Rebellion are at it. 8 shots. Look at the demos as well. 0 demos from Eternal compared to 6. I mean, the numbers tell the story right here, Luis.
Yeah, I mean, in game number 1, the Rebellion had 1 shot. They do have 8 this match, like you said, and so 8's better than 1, I think, when it comes to shooting. So, yeah, that was more of a Rebellion game. The Rebellion like to demo. They like to be a bump-heavy team, and the Eternals, in my mind, Maz, these guys don't really demo a lot, at least in my recollection. So that might be something they look to do here in game number 3 to try to, quell this tie that's forming here for the Rebellion.
Absolutely. Now, a part of getting involved in the bumping and demoing game is the whole team needs to push up. They need to stick closer together. If you have big gaps, that gives the opposition enough time and space to build up and get out of those sticky situations. So we'll see if they are braver in their approach here as we dive right into game 3. No time to wait, no time to waste. Folks, we're going to be jumping in immediately into DFH for this potentially deciding game if the Rebellion can get it and get the sweep. Here we go for the Eternal. They need to get a point. They need to get a win right now, and for them to get that, they might just want to play with no fear and just go for it.
That's a good start, Maz. Spanky upper 90, and I was hoping that Spanky actually scored this. I'm going to be honest, Maz, because I was about to say in commentary, another chance squandered, but this is what the EC Eternal need. Shots on net. Shots on net are a lot better than shots off the post, so good start for EC Eternal.
Oh, absolutely, but you know what's also helped? Spanky's coming up and getting more involved. First real attacking foray from him in this matchup where he's just coming in and taking a shot. And it works out for him. 60 miles per hour, too. You need that power to beat someone who's at the back with little to no boost. As the Rebellion now immediately pinned back Eternal, but now Christmas bringing it out with 0 boost, getting a nice bump. There you go. That's the aggression we were looking for, Eternal. And they're also getting a bit more support as well. I see you contributed to some of that in the chat, Luis.
Yeah, but Corey bounces the shot over the bar, and there's a double commit out of the Rebellion. Can EC Eternal counter here, but the ball remains in the orange half. They do need a clear, and Spanky does ever so well on the clearance.
And that is how you deal with an attack when you're pinned back. Everyone up there, everyone close to the ball, and you conserve your boost to the best of your abilities. Well done to Eternal. They are keeping this up right now. Ball's in the midfield. Spanky keeping the pressure going. Challenge from Christmas doesn't get it his way, but Bisbo can follow up because this Rebellion side is pinned back. 1-on-1. Bisbo with the bump. Bisbo with the fade. Doesn't matter though. It gets off the post, and the Rebellion are now 2-0 down, having been 5-0 up in total across the past 2 games.
Yeah, Bisbo's been great to start this game. He's had a couple really good double taps mid that weren't really executed. So on that one, he said, I'll just do it myself. And this is the start, man. I mean, we spoke about EC Eternal not being clinical, but this is way more clinical from them. And he's got to build on this going forward. But of course, Maz, lots of game to go. And we know the Rebellion are more than capable of coming back.
Absolutely. And you know what? Now that they're 2-0 up, they can afford to sit a little bit and wait for the Rebellion to force the ball forward so they can take advantage of the gaps at the back. But, oh, a good shot opportunity there for Polar. They're all just stuck in front of the net. Oh, Shorts almost had the shot off, but Spanky intervening right on time. Spanky's now coming to his own and is really starting to showcase his gameplay now, Luis. As Eternal hitting back this Rebellion team yet again. Ball going towards midfield, pass to Polar, who brings it out to the flank. Shorts touching it into the middle, but that's a gimme to Christmas, who's now going to go for a double tap. Oh, he misses. It looked like a ghost touch. Follow up from Spanky with power and authority. His second, Eternal's third, and it's now Eternal's turn to go 3-0 up.
And again, it's just lovely play from Christmas. I mean, that's just setting up his teammate in the best way possible. And we have just about halfway to go here, Maz. And I have to say, really good mental for EC Eternal, right? I mean, the whole season's been going against you. This series been going against you, but you continue playing hard here, and they found a response. And so, just from their mental point of view, Maz, love to see it.
Yeah, they truly are playing with a fearlessness that we might not have seen in Game 1, or possibly in Game 2 as well. But look at them now. They're starting to cook. They're starting to show their ability. And look at that whole team. They were high up there, and now they're going back as a team as well, playing way, way better, much better shape, much better cohesion. And the Rebellion, you know, they're playing the same way, but now they're feeling the pressure. Now they're dealing with an Eternal side that's showcasing their ability. And that means they're now getting way tougher tests at the back. Shot from Polar, though, off of the backboard, and that clearance sends it out all the way to the midfield. Christmas, that's all he needs to get a shot off of the crossbar. And Polar now dribbling it out.
Yeah, and the ball stays in the blue half here. A bump coming out, but the Rebellion do really well to squash that offensive play. And if you're the Rebellion, you need to score soon, Maz. It just feels like it's not going their way this game, and Bisbo gets another goal. 4-0. This game's officially over, Maz, and the Rebellion are not going to sweep EC Eternal.
And it's one of those moments where you see the Rebellion actually get punished for overcommitting. You had, I believe, Polar trying to go for a bump on Bisbo, but misses. Shorts trying to go for a dunk, but he misses. And Triple C getting caught in the midfield. Now, it's the Rebellion's turn to have a rethink, to potentially have a rejig. Because this Eternal side, they have no subs. This is the trio that they're going to deal with, and they have to make their adjustments. And they certainly did. And look at the defending as well. Way more confident, way more comfortable. Now Bisbo going for a solo follow-up, trying to get the second touch. Ran out of boost at a bad time. But this Eternal team has really stepped it up and are showing all of us why they need to be taken seriously. But Polar comes in with a consolation, doing it all on his own.
Yeah, lovely outlet pass from Corey Triple C there, and Polar gets it done. I thought he might miss that, Maz, but we see the limitless goal explosion, and hey, they get a confidence builder. And right now, if you're the Rebellion, you just gotta get some confidence building goals and plays going into game number 4, because unless a miracle happens, this game's over.
Oh, Spanky doing it all on his own once again. Oh, off the crossbar by Bisbo, and the demo. Christmas cannot get the first touch, but he keeps up his old Fennec to get the challenge. Now Polar brings it out, trying to look for a second. This Rebellion team does not want to give up, but now they're caught off guard again. Spanky waiting patiently with no boost. That's all you need to do to secure the win. Just waste time. Keep that ball floating. And the Rebellion now get their first loss in this matchup. EC Eternal with a terrific comeback, a terrific response, and they're here to show us in SGL that they are no pushovers.
Yeah, and again, if you're EC Eternal, it's one game at a time. You know, reverse sweeps are tough in Rocket League, but they're well on their way with the first step completed. And, you know, the Rebellion stats-wise, I mean, it looked very even, but I think on the field, Maz, I mean, I think EC Eternal were the better team here in game number 3.
I'd absolutely say that too, yeah, for sure. Now, if you're the Rebellion, Luis, what do they need to change now? Because they tried to play the same way they did in Game 2, and they got punished for it. So what adjustment can you see them making here to try and overcome this Eternal side?
Yeah, I think just kind of going for more of those bumping plays. They tried a bit in this game, but one of the things when you go for bumping plays, Maz, is if you don't get the bump, you usually get countered. So, the Rebellion are a high risk, high reward team, so I think they'll continue to play the same play style, and it worked, relatively well in those first two games. And so, if I were them, I wouldn't really change much. And if you're EC Eternal, I didn't know Bisbo had the mechanics. I mean, this guy was going for flip resets, double taps, this and that. So Bisbo unlocking a different level that I've seen from him so far. So good to see if you're an EC Eternal fan.
Oh, absolutely, and we still see the support for Eternal in the chat. But yeah, that whole game 3 was Bisbo and Spanky showcasing their best. And once again, Spanky's getting involved, making a big save. When Bisbo and Spanky step up and get heavily involved, this Eternal side becomes a whole different beast. But now the Rebellion's turning this game 4, piling up the pressure, getting a couple of good looks. Just not able to get that shot on target. EC Eternal have built a wall in front of their net. Another intervention from Bisbo, clearing it out to the midfield. Polar with enough boost, trying to go for a solo dribble. Overcomes one, does not get the flip reset, but a win. Gives him a chance to get a shot on goal, but he just doesn't get to the ball quickly, and EC Eternal get away with it.
Yeah, great defensive stand. They all had like no boost and they survive, and that's what you have to see if you're EC Eternal, is not double committing on defense, but that could be a chance of Bisbo. Bisbo again, I mean, this guy's been the man of the hour, Maz. This guy is saving everything, he's creating everything for this EC Eternal team.
And what a save as well. I mean, that may not have been a powerful shot, but Bisbo had to travel the length of the goal line just to get to that ball and make that critical save. And EC Eternal are holding on. They're defensively rock solid right now, but this could be an opening. Open net! Oh, off the backboard, Shorts! Could it be Christmas, who's now coming forward on the counter, looking for a quick fire shot at the near post. Triple C finally gets it out. And this has been all Rebellion so far with no goal to show for it. But they finally get it. And it's Shorts who takes the lead.
Yeah, Shorts 53. I mean, this guy is always a shooter, and Spanky just has no boost. And so if you're EC Eternal, that's gotta suck. I mean, you have a defender in the right spot, but we've all been there, no boost backboard. And what a opening minute and a half here for the Rebellion. I mean, these guys got demolished in game number 3, but they've responded really well.
And what I liked about the Rebellion in this spell right here, Luis, is they tried to pin EC Eternal back on the goal line, using the backboard to create their chances, just hugging that back and the corner, keeping it as close to the goal line, making sure that this Eternal team got stuck at the back, and then they quickly adjusted, got those bounces off the backboard towards the middle, get those early shots as well, and that allowed Shorts to get that little bit of space and time to get that shot into the back of the net. And now the strategy remains the same. Another bounce off of the corner, just not enough oomph there, and Shorts had to stay back to deal with this counter. Clears it out. Awkward touch, so I think Spanky needs to get back there. Pass in the middle, Polar, nice challenge right there. Now Christmas can take over. He has the boost, but he cannot get to the ball on time for the second touch.
There's nobody there.
They get away with it, the Rebellion. But you feel like for Eternal, they're getting closer now, aren't they?
Yeah, we've seen this quite a bit from EC Eternal, where the first man will just make a brilliant play and there's just no follow-up. And so if you're EC Eternal, when Bisbo or Christmas make that really good outplay, you do need a teammate to follow them up and not be so far back. And so far that's been a key issue here in game number 3. But this could be a breakaway chance. Christmas, can he leave it for Spanky? He does. Spanky, bit of an awkward air dribble, and the attack breaks down, but the ideas are there, Maz. They just got to put it all together.
Ooh, a little awkward there for Triple C, who's now playing in a Fennec? Okay, how often do you see Triple C in a Fennec? I feel like that's a rarity, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and it's off the crossbar. Spanky almost ties it up, Maz. That was a brilliant save from the Rebellion, and this is better in terms of the follow-ups. There's more follow-ups coming out from the orange side, and they're going to need more of that, Maz, as they look for the equalizer here.
Ooh, a fast pass attempt by Spanky off the backboard, but the Rebellion were set up for that. Christmas going off the ceiling, just couldn't get the control. Bisbo following up much better. Spanky's the third man back. Oh no, loose touch, but Triple C could not get the shot on target. Ooh, Shorts with a nice challenge right there, but oh my good. If I were Triple C, I'd be annoyed. I would want that to go into the back of the net. That was such a gimme, I feel, for the Rebellion. And with it still 1-0 with less than a minute to go, EC Eternal still have a chance to equalize and potentially take us to overtime. Christmas taking over. Pass. Bispo off target across the goal to the opposite side. Spanky now trying to follow it up, but that's too close to the Rebellion players. Bispo though with an insane challenge. Christmas shot towards Polar, who comes up clutch and clears it out.
Oh, and Spanky, man, if he got a better boom there, that could have been dangerous, but Triple C Corey in the way, but Bisbo passes it. Polar there. They need a goal now. This is a center ball. Is there anybody there for the orange team? There is not, but can Spanky shoot it? Oh, Christmas cuts him. Spanky had the boost, Maz.
My goodness, I feel like those little things make a big difference. If Christmas didn't cut right there, there could have been an equalizer, but now this game might be coming to a conclusion. Spanky trying to keep it up. He doesn't want this to end. Bispo popping it up. Christmas just doesn't have the boost to fall, so Bispo needs to take over again. Christmas finally gets the boost. Someone needed to take charge. Oh no, you hate to see the game end like this, Luis. Absolute pain.
Yeah, it's just a bit unlucky there at the end of the game, but GG's to both teams. A 1-0 game in which we had, what, 16 shots in that game, Maz, for a 1-0 game is kind of crazy. So, GG's to both teams. The Rebellion walkaway winners, and yeah, I think for EC Eternal, I mean, it's just the little things. I mean, these guys, they created plenty of chances. It's just about being a little bit more clinical and finishing those chances. And if you're the Rebellion, I mean, these guys, 2 series wins in a row for the Rebellion, and so these guys are shaping into form at the right time of the season, Maz.
Big time. And you know what, for the Rebellion, they've had their moments, but they've also struggled with overall sloppy gameplay. They talked about this a while back. I feel like when we were interviewing Triple C, he was talking about how they just weren't playing the game enough, and now they're starting to play the game more. And now they're not only enjoying it more, but they're feeling so much better. And you're seeing it in their gameplay. It looks way sharper than it ever has, Luis. Like, if they just keep this going, I feel like the Rebellion could just be on the up.
I mean, yeah, they've already started that climb on the up, and so, yeah, they just got to keep rolling the momentum here and just try to find a way to end the season on a positive note. Of course, out of the title race, but I think this is kind of the Rebellion that we thought we were going to see earlier on in the season. So if you're a Rebellion fan, it's good to see your team finally starting to show out the way that we knew that they could.
You know what? I'd love to hear the thoughts of the Rebellion right here. I mean, 2 wins in a row. That must be an incredible feeling for them. Last season, they played well enough to, make a big impression. We were thinking, oh, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be a potential dark horse, etc., etc. This season, they got a reality check near the bottom of the table, getting a whole lot of losses and struggling. But recently, they're starting to showcase, their true ability and their potential. And I'd love to hear the thoughts of the Rebellion, as to how they're able to keep this going, given the tough start they had this season.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll hear from one of them soon. I think we'll be talking to IT Polar, so always good to chat with Polar.
Absolutely. You know what? He is ready to go. Just going to drag him in real quick. And here he is, Polar. It's been a while since we've had you in the booth. A while back, you were commentating with Shorts. This time, we are interviewing you. Congrats on your win. 2 wins in a row. How must that feel for you and the Rebellion after a tough start to the season?
Oh, we're buzzing, dude. It's been a rough start of the season for us. I think we're finally kind of finding our groove, having some fun with it, relaxing a little bit more, and I think that's showing in our gameplay.
So one thing that I found particularly interesting was Game 1 finished 1-0 and Game 4 finished 1-0, but they were, completely different games, played out completely differently. So what was the mindset going into Game 1, and how did that compare to your mindset going into Game 4?
Game 1, I feel like we knew it was a winnable game, but we knew we were up against, challenging opponents. Christmas is a very talented mechanical player. And so we just wanted to feel them out, just kind of see what they like, how they're gonna play it, and figure out how we can adjust to that. But I feel like we just kind of played our game. We just kind of did our thing in game one, and then game four, I was lagging most of it, but game four we were a little nervous. We didn't want to give them two, but I don't think we really had a certain mindset. We just kind of wanted to do our thing.
Yeah, and just kind of piggyback off of what Matt said. I mean, you guys have won 2 in a row. No title for you guys. You can't win the title, I don't believe, mathematically. But what's kind of the mindset just kind of going forward as the season comes to a close here? I mean, you guys are winning series now. I mean, did y'all expect to play like this earlier, or is it just something that's just kind of coming together at the end here?
I think we know like we're playing up to our own standards now. I think we underperformed as well as underestimated the kind of challenges we were going to be facing early in the seasons. And now we kind of know what we're up against, and we've been practicing a little bit more when we can. I know that the title is out of our reach, but we don't want to be, no team really wants to finish on the bottom. So we're hoping for a mid-table finish to close out. I think that's kind of our goal right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Listen, I had you guys power ranked for the first time I think all season out of the bottom 2. Y'all are my 5th right now, so y'all did my power rankings really good. So, yeah.
We did it for you.
Yeah. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot, bro. So, yeah.
Now, one thing I'm fascinated by is Triple C's progression. I mean, recently he has been on top of his game, and one thing that has impressed me particularly compared to him last season was he's now getting out to the ball quicker and winning those challenges way more, getting those 50s, and, keeping up the pressure, in a way that he couldn't consistently do last season. So, has he been playing the game more? Is he grinding? Is he getting better and better, you feel?
Yes, he's getting better. I don't think he's playing more. I think Corey relies on communication a lot from the team. And Shorts and I have both picked up on how to communicate better to get Corey in a better position. And he, on top of that, I mean, is just improving the more we play, like each week.
There you go. Absolutely good to hear. And when it comes to you guys just, getting your second win in a row, have you guys been playing together more often? Are you building your synergy up by playing more Rocket League games together?
We're trying to. When we're not 5-stacking Valorant, we're playing Rocket League. So, we're building synergy in other games too.
There you go. Luis, do you have anything else you want to ask?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right, so I have one more question.
Sure.
So, you guys have mostly gone with a smaller squad for this season. I mean, Gogan has gone involved, a few times, but it's mainly been you three. When it comes to next season and beyond, are you guys planning to just stick to the same squad, or are you hoping to bring in a new face or two to help freshen up your team?
If a new face comes along, I'm sure, we'd be open to the idea of it. At the moment, to give some leaks, there's no prospects in the training camp at the moment.
Well, there you have it. Don't be surprised if we see the same Rebellion come back in a future season. But for now, congrats on the win, Polar. The floor is yours. If you have anything you want to say, now's your time.
I just want to shout out my team for being the GOATs, as well as my girlfriend Haley, who watches every single game and has never played Rocket League in her life.
Get her on the game. Listen, it's not a bad game once you get going. It's not a bad game.
So true. Thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you for hosting.
Hey, and thank you for playing. GG's, dude. Have a good night.
GG's.
Well, there you have it, Luis. I don't think we'll have an interview from Eternal. I think this might be it for now, but what a big win for the Rebellion. 2 wins in a row. They had a setback in that Game 3, losing big, and then they bounced back with an incredible offensive performance. And, let's not dismiss their defending, too. I mean, they have done really well defending by pitting the opposition back. And, sometimes that's a good way to defend. Sometimes the best way to defend is to get those early challenges and keep the opposition pinned back, right?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's always or for the most part, a pretty good way of defending. But yeah, I think, listen, the Rebellion, I just think at the end of the day, it just comes down to comms for them and not double committing as much. And, Polar brought it up there, so they seem to be getting in the right direction in terms of communication, which is really key.
For sure, Luis, for sure. Now, before we end the stream, we're just going to take a quick look at the standings as the results in. And, we need to refresh. There you go, the results now in. Eternal getting 1 extra point. Rebellion with their win, going 2 points behind the locals, who have to play against, if I remember correctly, Timber's Army, right? So, this should be interesting as we go towards, the end of the league campaign in the Premier side. There is a chance the Rebellion might be able to go over the locals.
Yeah, and I mean, I said it in the interview. I mean, I have them power ranked 5th, so of course they did beat the locals last week, so a bit of momentum coming out for them, and they're beating the teams that are in and around them, man. So just kind of shows you they're kind of leveling up a bit.
Big time, big time. And as for Eternal, Luis, you had their stocks. You were valuing them highly. You were talking about how, we should watch out for this team. And you're not the only one. Even I was talking about it because I was looking forward to this team come together. But they have, not going to lie, I feel like they kind of struggled to meet those expectations. What has gone wrong for them this season, and what can they do to change their fortunes for future seasons?
Yeah, listen, I'm still holding on to the EC Eternal stock. You know what I mean? It's just it's been downgraded. You know what I mean? It's just it's a long game. You know what I mean? Diamond hands, all that. So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, obviously the league's a lot better than it was last season, and just by courtesy of it being 2 leagues. But I mean, listen, the gameplay's there. It's just about being more clinical offensively. So if you're EC Eternal and just clean up a couple of the shooting errors, and I think you guys are gonna score a lot more goals and be in a lot more games.
There you have it. Ark was calling you out, Luis, saying Luis buying into bad stock. I don't know about bad stock. Bad stock gets bad when the company represented by the stock goes out of business. I don't think EC Eternal is going to go out of business anytime soon. And listen, we've had teams from Seattle be put into these positions, and then they bounce back and they really showcase their abilities. CEC Defiance this season in the championship. I mean, they've really showcased themselves to be one of the top sides in that division. For Eternal, this is like a brand new team coming together. We'll see. Maybe they can bounce back next season and really show who they really are.
Yeah, obviously, depending on where the leagues fall, etc. next season. I mean, I think these guys are gonna be better, and of course they still have games to play this season. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that their mental can stay relatively good. It's always tough when you're losing and you feel like you're playing good. So, yeah, just stay mentally locked in and just kind of have a next game up mentality. You know what I mean? So,
for sure. And with that, I think it's time to wrap up. This is all we have for today. Tomorrow, we might have a couple of matches. We definitely have one match lined up for Thursday. We talked about it in the podcast. I'm going to bring it up right now real quick. Steel Army versus Black and Gold Old Timers tomorrow. This feels like a decider for the SGL Championship. Mathematically, you won't have a champion, of course, but it feels like whoever wins this is going to win that league. I cannot wait to see this matchup, and I look forward to seeing these two teams come together. And tomorrow, we might have some more action as well from the Premier, depending on if teams can get them scheduled. But for now, Steel Army versus Black and Gold Old Timers, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for that. But for now, this is the Only Mazar and Luis. GG's to everyone. We're going to see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.
peace.